We are
And we're live, ladies and gentlemen, in the red corner. We've got
Are we live?
At 5.
We are live.
We're live. Yeah. What's going on, everybody? Boys and girls, children of all ages.
Those three amigos.
All three people that are in here. What's going on, everybody?
Black Rhino, Humberto, Glenn, Barbara's back.
Glenn's already put some money in the pot.
Already, huh? What is up, everybody?
Money in the pot. I like money in the pot.
$1.99.
What's up, Glenn? Thank you, Glenn. Appreciate that.
What is up, Clifford? What's up, brother? Is Mike channel broken? Mike forgot that he was going.
Hey, you know what? I did
live,
forget.
So I got all set up. And
I was sitting here. We're sitting here chatting away. And I'm like, oh yeah, I think I'm one supposed to go live, huh?
What's up, Big Jizz Slinger? The Jizzinator?
Big Jizz, what's up, Big Jizz? Appreciate the support, Big Jizz.
Man, so how was it meeting Rennie this morning, Mike? You have no idea how bad I wanted to be there.
Dude, meeting Rennie was sweet, man. Okay, so I'm in the storefront and I'm getting a couple things, and like I had a couple things in my hand, and I was about to go stand in line, and he comes out, and I'm like, it's him. I'm like, yeah, I gotta, stop, not get in line. I need to go buy some more things. Let me go over there and check them out.
Oh yeah, for sure. So tonight,
everything. Yeah, can I shake my hand? It's this hand right here. I'm not washing it for the next couple of days. I actually canceled my detail today, so the hand don't get wet.
Yep. You wrap it in a plastic bag.
But Mike, how much time did you spend talking about Rick from RAD Garage?
I don't know who that guy is. He was asked, this guy with RAD Garage sent me a message. Hey, can you talk about me? And I'm like, who is this guy? But I did call Eric and say, hey, Eric, you want to talk to Rainey? But it went to voicemail.
I deserve that. My ears were burning, though. I'm pretty sure you guys were talking about me.
They were. He did mention this, that he does a podcast on Wednesday mornings, and he wants us to go on his show.
Hey, I have 2 weeks off coming up.
Ooh.
Yeah, we just got to wake up Eric in the morning.
I'm always up, guys.
Always working, though.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know if you know this, though. I'm not going to tell you who it is. I'm just going to let you all figure it out. It's somebody.
Okay.
Somebody is a newlywed.
In our orbit?
It's either in the chat or in the stream. It's somebody.
Tim?
Somebody that's in this thing right here. I can see a bunch of people in the chat. I can see people in the stream. I can see guests. I can see a bunch of people going on. But somebody is a newlywed.
Well, come on, whoever you are. I'm
not going to say who it is.
What?
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Thank you guys. On 2/2/22/22. We got married on Tuesday.
So he's now taken, everybody. So please, I know you come here to watch him and watch Eric. He's not taken.
According to Aaron, I'm worn out, guys. What's up, Mark? Thanks, guys. I appreciate it,
buddy. Congratulations.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I'll move that up a little bit.
So tonight we've got Juan with TurboWax, right?
That's right.
TurboWax, dude.
Out in Florida.
When I was looking at this stuff, and I'm like, dude, I have stuff in their cart twice, and I'm like, it's probably just normal old product. And then I was like, forget, I'll try it later. Then I finally jumped the gun. I was like, I'm just gonna try it, dude. I've used over half this bottle, but this stuff right here is the bomb diggity.
Yeah, you were telling me about that,
dude. This stuff is the bomb.
In fact, I watched
what the secret sauce is about it, because I'm gonna have to make some here in my sink.
What is that?
It's called Swirl Remover Pro X.
Polish?
It's a 3-in-1.
So does it have protection in it?
It cuts.
Is it all in one or?
I'll let Juan talk about it.
Okay.
He's got. When I first started using it, I wasn't having a good experience. But then Juan told me something to do with it, and what I had to do was take the pad I was using and throw it away.
Okay.
So it was the pad. And as soon as I tried a different pad, it was on.
Nice.
I was watching a video of him on his YouTube channel using that on a black, I don't know, it was an SUV. And
I've tried it.
It was impressive.
The last one I just tried it on was I just did a 68 Cutlass last weekend, and I used it on it, and it freaking was awesome.
All right. Well,
he's got a bunch of stuff. I got some foam, ceramic foam. I haven't tried it yet, the foam, but that swirl remover is the bomb.
Mike, a lot of us are concerned that you're going to run out of products soon. Are you going to stock up anytime soon on products?
Today when I was at Jack's Flash, when I was at PNS, I did buy a few things. I bought a gallon of Beat Maker.
Mike,
I bought a gallon of Iron Buster.
Oh man, you're where I was a few years ago.
No, and I asked him. I was like, "Hey, I want to try something new." So they told me to
go home and get it off your shelf. I'm just kidding.
I have it sitting right here, Terminator. So I'm gonna try that.
What is that?
It's an enzyme stain remover.
That's the Terminator. Oh, dude, you're gonna love that stuff.
Too much. I like using the steam for removing stain, and I like using that Extreme Solutions Biozyme, and I use that a lot. But
if you combine that with the Carpet Bomber,
similar to it.
If you combine that with the Carpet Bomber, it's awesome.
They do have Carpet Bomber there. They have everything. You walk in there and say, "Oh, and I did buy I bought a couple of applicators too."
Just a couple?
Just a couple. There were some left when I left. There were a couple.
I am digging that sweatshirt you're wearing though.
Yeah, that thing is clean.
Yeah, I really want that. Send that to me.
I won this today. Spend $100, spin the wheel, win a free hoodie. That's what I got.
So you spent $100 on the sweatshirt.
Well, it was a $60 but I got a bunch of product though.
Hey, I ain't knocking you.
Well, let's bring our guest in, gentlemen. He's backstage.
Oh yeah, we got guests tonight.
Yeah, you're
product I have. I'm running
terrible.
low.
You forgot you were going live. You forgot our guest.
So here's Juan coming to us from Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Welcome in, Juan.
Hello, good evening.
How you doing tonight, buddy?
¿Cómo estás?
Good. Thank you. First of all, it's a pleasure to be here, and congratulations to the new man with the new journey. Good luck with that.
And
Thank you so much. Excited to be here.
Definitely. We've been together a long time, so.
Yeah, but now it's legit.
Now she is Mrs. Smurf.
Now she's Mrs. Smurf.
That's great. Well, Juan, why don't you just start by telling us what happened today? You had a little bit of controversy hit your world. What happened?
Well, I have to tell you that I've been so excited to come to this live stream. I can't begin to tell you. Day and night, thinking, counting, and today I did a detailed job, and I was so happy, and I got my haircut and all of that. And out of the sudden, my Instagram account has been hacked. So everything the world went upside down because our store and everything, digital is tied up these days together, So it was a lot of running around, and I think that I managed to stop the bleeding, so to speak. So we will continue with that on Monday, but at least my customers will be safe, which is the most important part.
Well, sorry that happened.
Yeah. Just one of those things, that happens more often than what you think,
Yeah.
So is there any advice you can give Instagram users to prevent what happened to you, or is it just sort of like the roll of the dice?
Absolutely. When I went back, when I come down, and they have tried this 3 other times, and the way that they got me this time is that the message came and an email that looks identical to the Facebook, aka Meta now, and what really threw me off was that when you click on the about us or privacy or whatever, it will take you to the Facebook page, to the original page. So what happened is that we loaded a video with one of these European DJ, Tiesto, and yeah, and they say that it was a copyright and this and that, but I sent the video from TikTok, and I was like, oh man, what's going on here? And from there, I did the wrong clicking thing, and the rest is history.
Yep.
One wrong click, eh? One wrong click.
Yep. I learned that one. Don't click on anything that, and what's sad is you want to say, okay, don't click on anything from anybody you don't know. But what happens is people hack people's accounts,
right,
and use their accounts to send you stuff, and you're like, okay, well, this is my friend I've known for 20 years. Let me click this, and then that's all it takes is that one click.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't realize all the people that you know by screen names. So now your Rolodex in your mind is trying to remember how I'm going to remember these 12,000 people that I had that I talk to them almost every week, Yep. So
definitely.
Well, good luck dealing with that. I'm so happy to hear you were excited to meet with us, because we've been excited to have you on too. I've been watching your YouTube videos, doing a little research, checking out the website. Yeah, it's great to have you. So hopefully that doesn't ruin things too much for you.
No. This is gonna be the best night for me for a long time. Tonight is a good night to have somebody to talk to.
That's what we're here for.
It's Eric's best night since last Tuesday.
I know, right? Actually, you know what? We went to make tacos tonight, and the meat was bad, so I didn't have tacos, and I haven't eaten all day. I have not eaten all day. That's how busy I was at work.
But you're the meat man. You post up these beautiful pieces of meat. What happened? What do you mean the meat was bad?
What happened was the wife took it out of the fridge and let it thaw out, and she said when she was cooking it, it just did not smell good. So she was like,
if you would have left her girlfriend, that meat would have been great.
Well, the thing is, it should have been good, but I don't know. I always tell everybody, trust your gut. You know what I mean? It's better to just toss it and not worry about it than to get sick,
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. We have everything else but the meat for the tacos, so.
I feel for you, man. I know you love your tacos. I know you love meat in your tacos, but yes. There's worse things in life. Maybe
there is, like snapping a 𝗧𝗵𝗂𝗀 end link bolt in the frame of an avalanche.
Ooh-wee.
That happened to you?
Yeah, today. It was a big job too. I was replacing both catalytic converters, and I was trying to take them out. And normally I drop the cross member, support the transmission, drop the cross member down, pull the whole Y pipe out that way. But I said, well, you know what? If I just drop the sway bar down, then I might be able to drop it down in the front and put my gun on it, and it snapped. And I spent an hour and 25 minutes drilling out a bolt in the frame of the avalanche. And
that'll work, yeah.
What sucked is I had to drill upwards, so I had metal shavings that were smoldering hot, dropping all over me, and it was terrible.
So no MRIs for you for the next month?
Nope. I'm gonna turn into Wolverine.
Hey, so before we go on real quick, I want to ask one question. So I am testing out a new mic. I do have a new mic we're testing out tonight. I want to check out the audio. How's the audio going?
I like it.
It's a little quieter than normal.
Oh, that's good. That's great. That means I'm not going loud then. That's great.
Do some tapping on your keyboard, Mike, so we can hear if that's any better.
I'm actually on a different keyboard because I'm on a different iPad tonight.
Jesus. You have so many detailing products and electronics.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Okay, good. Perfect. All right, cool. So that's good. Just this might be my new mic for
Yeah, I have that Rode mic set up. I like it.
Oh, you got the Rode mic?
Yeah.
Yes, I just got it like an hour before the show started. So I'm messing with it.
Damn delivery trucks are just coming to your house constantly, aren't they?
Yeah, she's cool.
That's how you'll get hacked. You'll get hacked because it'll be an actual it won't be an actual UPS driver. It'll be like a agent, and you're gonna get hacked that way.
A shield agent?
Yeah, shield agent gonna come right in. They're gonna go right on your keyboard, get all your passwords.
They can take me. What? Just take me away.
They're gonna hack Eric through his bad meat.
My bad meat.
I shouldn't bring it up.
Married Wolverine.
Well, Ron, you know, we can get to know you really well. We've got 10 questions for you.
Okay. Well, I will do my best.
Yeah, and I'm marking you just so you know.
We're keeping score. Rick's the teacher of the group, so
Rick's a teacher, so you be careful.
All right.
These are designed just so that our viewers and we can get to know you a little bit about what makes you tick. Here's number 1. So, my connection to detailing stems back to.
Oh wow! You know, I'm old school. I'm from Puerto Rico, and we are born to clean cars. Back on that day, the word car detailing didn't exist. It was car wash. And that's as far as that I can remember. And back on the day, you know, if you had the Dawn shampoo, you had the Armor All, and you had the Windex and the vinegar for the windows, you were good to go.
Yep.
So I think that detailing, it goes back to when I was probably 10, 11 years old, just tinkering with my mom's Volkswagen and Datsun and cleaning away.
Oh, that's awesome. So you've been doing it a few years.
Yes. Well, properly, lot less than improperly, you know. I mean, back on the day, you know, with the chemicals that we had and the stuff, we didn't have the tools that we have today, and the chemicals, they have enhanced so much, and it's I think that the work wise is a lot easier now than on the old days. You know, you take that 𝗓𝗏 paste wax, and to get that thing out, it was a bear, you know.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. And I saw, you work out of your own home garage in Florida there?
Yeah, that's right, because we got an online store. We had a physical small shop in 2009, and then when the economy went down, we took a pretty big hit with that. So we decided, you know what, we better get a bigger house that has an office and a big garage, and then, you know, we will operate from there to save costs, you know?
Yeah. I was thinking the neighborhood you live in is beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, my compliments. I'm very jealous. So you get the green grass all trimmed up. The trees are all perfectly pruned.
He's got Humberto working out there.
Yeah, after a while, you know, I put insulation on the garage door. I put real nice lights, air conditioner down here. The humidity and the heat is just brutal. Yeah. And you know, it is so relaxing when you have the comfort and the proper tools to work. So why not, you know?
Well, here's a good question to follow up on that. So when you're not busy with detailing and growing your brand, what could we find you doing? How do you enjoy yourself?
You know, some of us, automobiles is our life. And you will find me doing something car related. I have an old school 1988 Porsche 911. So I'm always tinkering with that thing. You know, I made a single turbo and we used to race and, you know, the whole thing. So that thing is always something need to be done on that thing. So more likely you will find me there, or you will see me at the car shows. Even if we don't have a booth, we will go and socialize and talk to people and just enjoy the car scene.
I heard turbo.
Yeah, this thing was it came from factory, 217 horsepower, all stock. It took me 5 years, and I took her to 721 to the wheels. And then the last 3 years, we took it all apart, and hopefully I can get into the 900s here in the next couple of weeks. We are the final stages.
What kind of car was it?
It's a Porsche 911 Carrera Narrow Body. It's not a turbo car. We converted to turbo.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's a nice ride.
900, huh?
Well, we
That's
want to
your
try.
goal?
That's my goal, but it's been like 3 years, and right now I'm to the point that if it makes 900, phenomenal. If it makes 200, good too. I just want to drive.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
Yeah.
And so earlier, Juan, you said you do the detailing as a side, or is it? So
Yes.
Do you work full time in a different industry?
I have a couple other gigs. Yes.
Okay. Well, here's the reason I ask is because question 3 asks the part of my job. So I guess like your detailing and the brand that brings you the most satisfaction is.
Yeah, I think the detailing, for example, today I did a 1998 Nissan 240 SX, and I did it with the customer, and it was a repainted job, and it had a lot of flaws and a lot of imperfections. And I took the customer with me to the entire journey, from the washing to the clay block, explaining to him why I polished the windows, the whole thing. And at the end, he was just blown away. And I tell you, such a good feeling to see this gentleman so happy with the end result. It was phenomenal. It was priceless,
And at the same time, he also learns. And
yeah, and it was funny because I was telling him, don't look too much at the wheels. When we do the final touches, you will see how they pop out. And I was explaining to him that depending on the type of vehicle, when you look at the vehicle, certain vehicles from central angles, you have to put a lot of more effort, whether it's the glass or the fender or the wheel. You want that eye candy immediately, And then he was stepping back. He said, but Juan, from every angle, I had the eye candy,
Gotta love that eye candy.
Oh, man. If you don't look back at your car when you walk away, you're driving the wrong car.
I'm telling you.
Hey, Mike and Eric, have you ever done like a joint project with the customer there?
I have. When I first started detailing, had a couple buddies of mine that I would just borrow their cars. Like I wouldn't even charge them. I'd be like, hey, when I first started polishing, I bought my Chicago Electric, DA and my, my Harbor Freight pads. And I think I had some Meguiar's Ultimate Compound. And I was like, ooh, I want to play. And I was like, let me use your car. And 2 or 3 of them, they hung out with me the whole time. And we were drinking beers. And, I was learning and trying to explain to them why I want to do what I'm doing. And
That's
one of them is a real good friend of mine still. I'm actually going to go meet up with him after this live stream. And we sat in my garage and I explained to him, and before I even started a YouTube channel, before I even any of this, and he was like, dude, do it. He was one always just do it, dude. He was like, just do it and you're going to blow up. Like it's going to be fine. Don't be scared to do it. And after a couple weekends of drinking beers in the garage, I finally was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. And
look at you now. You're hanging around with Mike and I and Juan.
I know, right?
Like, you made it, buddy. You made it.
Heck yeah, you did it.
I consider myself huge. Just the amount of friendships that I've developed and the people I've met with companies. That's all I want. You know what I mean? I could care less about making money and doing all this. I make money. I have a business. I make money to support the family, and having the hobby of detailing has opened so many doors, windows, opportunities, whatever you want to call it. And I can't be more grateful.
And for me, my next video has it all.
What?
Oh,
you'll see in my next video.
A little teaser, huh?
Oh yeah.
You're pumping out the content lately, Mike. You're the hardest working man in Hollywood. There he is, everybody.
Absolutely.
And there's the other hardest working guy. All right, Juan.
Yes.
Juan, let's get back to getting to know you a little bit better. Here's question number 4. So something I see happening in the detailing world that I really like is
the detailing world has changed a lot. It has opened the door to a lot of people. Guys going to university, they do a little extra work here and there, part-time jobs, professionals, and like I said earlier, when we had the detailing that we call it car wash, Now you have like truly professional detailers. And these guys, they have moved away from shining the piece of metal to be a complete business person. And it has exploded tremendously. So I am very, very happy to see the growth of the detailing and the opportunity to anybody that wants to do it. So it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's very true. And then the flip side to that question is something I see happening in the detailing world that I don't really like is.
Oh, this one is a lengthy, and this is a big subject to me because, you know, when we start with this in 2005, I feel that it was a playing field for everybody, and you just go out there, you do your thing. And I think about 2009, the internet started taking traction. And with the internet came a lot of savvy people, a lot of savvy marketing people. You know, the guys that go out there and buy the 18-wheeler with the spinners, and they make a lot of money on that trend, and then they fall, and then they jump in another one. And I think that these marketers, they have gone into the detailing business just for the revenue and the greed. And they will come up with a product, that will put the money, they will make more money, they will move away. And in the process, I think we have created a big confusion for the end user. There's people that don't know one thing to another one. There's people that being misled. It's not clear to them, intimidated. I mean, so many things, you know. And then also on this process, you know, as we have moved into new technology with the coatings and whatnot, I feel that we have left behind the safety factor, which is very important on this, you know, with the chemicals and the fumes and stuff like that. So it's quite a bit of ground that we need to kind of straight the boat up to catch up, you know.
Well, excellent
that.
insights. Yeah. Yeah, we've
Absolutely.
heard that from a few guests that, you know, the market becomes quite saturated. You don't know the good from the bad, the true from the false.
Or the people.
Yeah, you know, and you have the certain brands, the big name brands, Coca-Cola, Colgate, and on the in detailing industry, some of them, you know, they're not going anywhere. But with the new guys, they don't have the resources, they don't have the finances, you know, they have the entrepreneur spirit, they want to do this, they want to do something, you know, that they love. And it's extremely hard. I don't think people realize how hard it is for me to convince you to allow me the opportunity to try my product, not to buy, just allow me the opportunity, you know. And then it comes the second chapter where will that potential customer will put that bottle down and jump on my bottle. It is quite complex, you know. And when I started doing the research and development for this business, I thought that I was prepared. But I tell everybody in my stories that I failed understanding how much education it was going to be needed for the end consumer.
Well, it's interesting you say that because question 6 goes back in time. Here's question 6. If I could travel 10 years or so back in time, the advice I would give myself is?
Probably would have been a slowdown. You know, I start with one product, and friends and family and neighbors, they love it. And then they start putting pressure on me that, hey, you got a paint sealant, but I don't have a shampoo. So I went out there and, okay, we got the shampoo now. Hey, but I don't have the tire dressing. And next thing you know, you got 17 products, and now you got 21 products. But in reality, you only need 12 products, you know? So I think that the time is something. Time management, we need to learn about that. We think that things are going to come to us. And I was having this conversation the other day with a customer, and a day like today, some of these very well-known detailers, they're on their entering year number 20, 22, 25. Now they're the ones on the top of the hill. But everybody has forget that long road, you know?
Yeah. Wise words, my man.
How long have you had your detail product business?
The detail I started, actually, you know, I started in 1998, and 1998 to 2005, you know, and if I have the time, I give you the quick story. You know, I'm running with my Porsche. I met this gentleman that he was a chemist, and he always see me at the racetrack, and he see me with my bag, and one day he asked me, why you have so many products? And I'm like, well, I need all of them to clean my car, you know, and it's the typical customer that has a bunch of products that you don't need half of them. And he said to me, have you ever thought about, you know, doing doing something? And I'm like, well, Leon, let me try. So I start, you know, tinkering with this, and then I start thinking, you know what? If I can simplify the detailing, maybe I'm up to something. And I embark into that with that mentality, you know. And a prime example today is like Mike said with the sweat remover. You know, we have other companies that they don't want to embark into the compounds because they don't want to compete with the big dogs, so to speak. I want to compete with them. I want to be a big dog one day. So how am I going to get there? Well, I'm not going to get there with 1, 2, 3 steps. I'm going to get there with one step that I can put it against anybody. And that's what we have done, you know. So we have tried to squeeze the most that we can from each product to simplify for my customer, which was me 20 years ago.
Nice.
Dude. And Mike's had some great success with that swirl. Is it swirl killer? Is it, or
well,
is that
right.
Swirl remover.
Yeah.
Swirl remover.
So yeah, and I remind you that, you know, what you see here, you know, I have designed labels. I have everything is just from here, and that's exhausting. So because it's a professional grade product that is available to the customers, that's why we call it Pro X. Then we have a medium compound that we call it Pro X2. So what we have done is, this is our latest version. It's been about 2 years, and I wanted something with no fillers, with a VOC compliance, with no silicone, and something that will cut no matter what. And the beauty of this is, depending what pad you use, you can cut. So let's say, for example, the body shop down the street call me, they send it with 3,000. I go with my swirl, a foam pad, and we finish it. If you want to go to 1,200, we put a wood pad and we go the same way. So it has a very long working time, which I like it. And you know, you can use it with foam pad, wood pad. The beauty of this thing is not dust. People don't believe me when they say, what do you mean there's no dust? There's no dust. Like when you're going to do a job, you usually have to wash the car to do that next step. No, with mine, you wipe this thing off with the pole and put your coating and you go. And the beauty is you can polish glass, gel coat, painted surfaces, carbon fiber, wheels. I mean, you name it. It depends what pad you use.
And I was watching you use it in a video today, and I think I heard you say that if you still see the product on the panel, you keep working. Eventually, you don't see the panel. You know it's time to reload. Can you just explain that?
So there's a few terms that I use, and you know, I think that sometimes maybe I'm a little outside the box, a little weird, so to speak, and I preach a lot about product conservation. And let me explain that. So the product conservation is that you're going to put a small amount of product on that panel, you're going to work it, and because they have a long working time, you don't need to wipe the entire panel to see what you got. Just wipe a very small section, analyze what you have, move the pad, and continue working.
That's a good little tip.
Yeah.
Yeah, how many times you remove the whole hood to see what you did? Do you really need to do that much?
A lot of people do, yes. And it's funny because my customer today, he was like, but Juan, you don't go often to the bottle. And I say, no, we still got stuff here. And at one point, he was going to help me wiping the whole thing. And I'm like, no. Just a very small section. Let me put the light. If I'm good with that, if not, we continue.
Pro tip.
That's a good. That's a really good idea. I mean,
it eases time up quite a bit because, like, when you do the crosshatch pattern, instead of going back and forth, up and down, back and forth, up and down, back and forth, dude, it kills that in more than half. You do one crosshatch, you're basically about done there on one crosshatch.
And Mike, what pad are you using?
You're about done.
Yeah. So you know, as you know, we have different paints from different vehicles that they tend to have different flavors. Yeah. In my particular case, my go-to pad is a foam orange pad. I do keep a microfiber pad handy in case, And then if it's something very light, believe it or not, I go with the black pad. And now going back to the pad, I hope you understand what I'm saying about the color, because the industry have changed. Back then, if you talk about orange pad, it was a cutting pad. If you talk about blue pad, it could be blue, black, or white. It could be a finishing pad. But now some manufacturers, to be different from others, they have changed the whole thing. So you can no longer say, oh, take a blue pad, because that blue pad might be a very aggressive blue cutting pad, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I've given up on the color coding. I just feel the density and,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. And you know, in hindsight, you know, I mean, we can cut the CAD in many ways, and there's people out there that still with the rotary and the wheel pad and that type of thing. In my opinion, if you like to do it that way, phenomenal. There's nothing wrong with that. But I like to try to improve the process. And me having to stop to wash a car, that is not productive. Number one, I had to go behind with the wood pad anyway, you know, because you have to take the markings out, and although that is almost there, so you still got to go back. It's not like you do one pass and you're done. Number three, the weight of this thing, you know, I'm old and smarter now. I want something lightweight that I can glide in there, do my thing, and we go.
Yeah.
I do enjoy an all-in-one.
Yeah.
This one is enjoyable.
I always feel like there's people out there that would be like,
Juan knows at first I wasn't enjoying it, and I messaged him. I'm like, Juan, what am I doing wrong? And after we talked back and forth, he told me, take the pad I'm using away and just throw it away. Try a different pad, and I did.
What was wrong with the pad you were using, Mike? Was it just too saturated?
No. It was a pad that I have recently I washed, and so I just grabbed off my here and I used it. It wasn't it was dusting, so maybe I just didn't wash it correctly.
Yeah,
and it was dusting a lot. So when I messaged him, I'm like, dude, I'm getting a lot of dusting. What am I doing? He asked me,
what pad were you using?
I'm like, yeah, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And he's like, well, do me a favor, go get a brand new pad. So I walked over here, got a brand new pad. Not a damn thing wrong. Nothing was wrong. I'm like,
Eric just asked you what pad was it that you were using?
I was using a medium cut fine pad, finish pad.
Mm-hmm.
It was a small one, but it was like this.
Sometimes if you don't clean them out all the way, you'll get some dusting too. Not necessarily the compound's fault, but I've noticed that too. If you don't flush out all that old crap, you'll get dusting.
Yeah, it might have been something I just did. I just ended up just tossing the pad because I have a couple pads.
I'm terrible at washing pads. My process sucks. I just sit there with my fingers, right, thinking that they're clean. They dry, and then the first time I use them, dust. But I don't want to spend $300 on some universal pad washing thing that is just going to take up space.
Do you soak your pads, Rick?
I got a mop bucket sitting right over there. It's free for me to go over there and just turn the sink on and wash them.
You know what I do is, because my product will not cake the pad, which is beautiful. But nevertheless, I have a plastic bucket, and I probably have there, I don't know, 40 pads, different colors. When I start a job, I take one, start with the fender, the door, and I don't even look if it's good or no. I just take it out and grab a new one, and I continue. And I noticed that, that allowed me to speed the process even more. Okay, maybe I'm going to spend that time that I save on the car. I'm going to spend it cleaning the pads, but I think it's going to be more enjoyable sitting on the backyard with a cigar cleaning parts than on the polisher on the car,
Yeah.
This guy's genius.
Definitely. And a lot of people, that's a question that I see all the time asked in the groups that I'm in. How many pads do you use per car? And I always say, look, it depends. Do you want to get around the car faster? Then it's easier to take it off and put a new pad on and continue. If you're taking your time and you don't have a deadline and this isn't your business, I use 2 pads. I don't mind blowing out my pad and cleaning my pad and swapping to a pad. Everyone, that's a huge question I hear. And it's like, it depends on how quick do you want to finish the job? How much in a rush are you in? If you want to buy 20 pads, by all means, go through 20 pads. But if you have the time, you can use 2 pads. It's like,
yeah, and it's funny you mentioned that because I have a lot of detailers as customers, And I help a lot of other companies with testing products and improving processes and all that stuff that comes with the territory, and I always tell them, I say, listen, pads and microfibers, they're consumables. They are things that you need to just throw away. Don't get emotional attached to that pad until it doesn't have anything left.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get very emotionally attached to my microfibers, Juan.
Rick still has the very first microfiber he bought.
In fact, you just saying that, I'm offended. I'm going to have to go in the garage and say I'm sorry to all the microfibers. He doesn't know what he's talking about, babies.
With microfiber.
You hurt their feelings, man.
Yeah. Look at that beautiful towel.
My apologies.
What's that name? What is the name for that towel, Eric? Have you named that one yet?
This one is, I call him Pepito.
That is one beautiful looking towel. All right.
Oh, yeah.
I love how our questions are branching off to these wonderful conversations, but I am a teacher and I do have a schedule that we have to stick with. So,
oh my God!
All right, man.
Don't you, Mike? Mike, don't you?
I'm good.
I will talk to you after the live
for
stream.
7 hours, so I'm good.
All right, Juan. This one's more of a big philosophical question. So,
Okay.
and I think you're the right guy for this. So, for me, success means. Take it away.
Okay, so I talk a lot about this too, because we get a lot of pressure from social media, from others, from peers, and so on. And I think that, and I give you my view from my desk. When I do a job, I try to do the best job that I can, and I compare to my previous job. So I'm always competing against me, trying to get better, I think there's plenty cars out there. If I'm healthy, if my family is healthy, I think it's success. And I share, in my particular case, it's not for the money. I can tell you, I've done so much free stuff without even asking, just to help others and whatnot. So we depend from what angle we see success. If we saying that, having a Rolex watch is success, I'm not successful. I don't have one.
You might want to write a book, man. You got some wisdom.
That's some good info.
Well, funny you say that, because I am going to write a book when I retire from this, what not to do on how to start a business. I have made more mistakes than anybody wanted to admit it. But I tell out, in this business, you have to be a good storyteller.
Yeah.
Perfect data so far.
Awesome. All right. Man, I feel like I knew you before I even wrote these questions. So number 8. I think you touched on this a little bit, but one of the greatest challenges I have faced in my career is?
I honestly have to say that the part that I struggle a lot, and a lot of people on this business struggle, but they won't admit it, is on how to market your product. It is very easy when you're on top to stay on top. Like when they say, when you're a millionaire, it's easy to make the second one, because you know how to make it. But some of us, we have started from zero. And from zero, I mean, I didn't went to business school. I didn't went to entrepreneur school. I didn't went to detailing school. I didn't know how to, so you start from zero with a name. In my case, that is TurboWax. It was rejected 5 times by the government, because the TurboWax is a generic name. So you have to change something in there. So I changed the O for the turbo to make it a different character, then a flu. So there's an array of different challenges that come to you that you have to learn. You have to learn about website. You need to learn about trademarks. You need to, endless things. But I think that the marketing summarized everything there. We were sponsored for the 𝗏𝗏𝗡𝗏 series. I don't know if you're familiar with that. That is dead now. It's similar to the NHRA, but it was for imports. We were sponsored for the NHRA Sport Compact series. We have Pro Modified Sport Compact cars. We had a deal with Jada Toys in the early stages. Hot import nights and many things. And still really need this marketing, how do we get to the consumer? How can we convince him to allow us the opportunity? You know, and I use this a lot. The opportunity seems to be very hard to come by.
Yeah.
So you've used the pronoun we a lot. Is there a big team behind you, or are you pretty much a one-man operation?
I'm a one-man operation, but I have people that are within my reach, and I consider we because they have helped me, whether it's a web design, whether it's a Shopify store, whether it's going to the show, whether it's doing detailing, whether it's customers supporting me. I try to be very personal, and I try to have them be part of what I have built, you know, because without them, we would have never made it this far, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I knew people like that.
I know.
Yes.
And I know
Yeah.
one guy, he's got a big beard, Newlywood. It's the only guy I know.
I know. I
No,
know.
it's
Guy
great.
like that.
You've got a network of people that help support you. That's crucial. If you don't have that, you're dead duck.
Yeah,
that's important.
and it's good to, you know, and like I say, you know, I have people in the industry that sometimes they send me something for me to try, and I'm honest with them, and I tell them, hey, this is better than my stuff, phenomenal, or I say, well, you know, I'm not so sure, but you know, I stay back to your success question. I'm just a goldfish swimming with the sharks on my own little lane. So grateful you allow me to be here tonight. I did a lot of, you know, searching about you guys. I watched hundreds of hours that you had there far away. I wrote down how many hours, but I could find the paper with the commotion of the Instagram account, you know. And the one thing that really hit me big time is how you guys are trying to reach out to the small guy to give me the opportunity to present themselves, and that just for me it warmed my heart. It really did.
Definitely.
I'm just surprised that the little guys still want to come talk to little guys.
The little guys talk to little guys. You know, if it wasn't for the little guys talking to the little guys, they would never be big guys. You know what I mean?
And I think one thing I hear from people is you're not as little as you think you are.
Yeah.
All of us have that humbleness, right? Like, well,
Yeah.
me maybe not so much, but the other three of you, I feel like we're not as little as we joke about. You know, I think there's you know, there's 20 people watching, but I think our reach goes well beyond that. And no, it's nice to hear that, Juan. We do love meeting guys such as yourself because you've got as much to offer as the big guys.
Thank you. Yeah, you know, and okay, many of the big guys, they start alone by themselves, and they're very successful because, you know, they have built an empire, and now they sit back, and you know, some of us, we know, we try our best every day, you know, and trying to be honest, and we go, you know, we're not out there bashing anybody, we're not out there making enemies. Our doors are always open to anybody, you know, so it's all good, you know.
Yeah.
Thank you, Texas DD. You've used the wrong "your" though.
Hey Juan, since you were talking about import nights, I know I do this a lot, but you got to check out my import.
Oh, let me see it. And for the record, when I say I'm a car lover, I love them all. Oh.
Yeah, there it is.
It's a Mitsubishi Eclipse.
Yep, GSX.
GSX.
I know my imports.
Oh yeah. That's
Now,
my baby.
Eric, I was watching an old Motor Week review of your car, and when it came out, they had the GSX and they had the GSX-R.
The GST.
One was all-wheel drive, one wasn't. What was the deal there?
Yes. The GST is basically the same car,
That's
but
it.
front-wheel drive,
Right.
and the GSX is the all-wheel drive. I had a GST for 15 years almost. That's the one that got totaled. Yeah, it got smashed, and I came across the all-wheel drive one, and oh man,
Yeah,
I spent 14 years trying to put power into my GST, and would spin all the way through third gear, and I just, oh man, all-wheel drive.
Yeah, well, now technology has changed so much, you know, with all-wheel drive, they're doing the conversions, and then with launch control and anti-boost, and, you know, and back on the day, those cars, we used to turn them rear-wheel drive, and they used to be V6 and making twin turbo, and they would run 70 pounds of boost. Okay, maybe 1 or 2 passes, that was it. But there was some real heavy hitters, and you know, I was, like I said, I was born in Puerto Rico, and back then the import scene was just so far ahead of everybody's time with some really incredible stuff. And you learn a lot, you know, the Toyota's 1.8, and you will have a cable going to the secondary in the carburetor to open it up as you race, and you know, long stories.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I have a feeling we could do another live stream where we just car chatted.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Eric, you should do that. You should bring on, like, one day, just have like some gearheads, and I'll just sit back and listen, because I know nothing about the mechanics. I don't know how cars work.
I'm gonna have Juan there for sure. And that's the thing. Like, when I used to go to car meets and car shows, I mean, we would sit there and talk for hours. I mean, you'd be surprised how quick 2-3 hours goes by when you're just with a bunch of people with all the cars. You're talking about this, you're exchanging stories here. Oh, I was racing this one guy, and then this happened, and then this. It's endless. It's endless.
You're so excited. I think you got your mic crackling. Are you guys hearing Papa Smurf with a little bit of crackling?
Yes, I am. I thought you'd eat Rice Krispies again.
I guess I'm too excited.
You got too much electricity going on.
Lightning with my hands. Lightning with my hands.
Hand talking. Jive talking. All right.
Let's get LEX Garage in there too.
Yeah. Okay. I think we're getting close to the end, Juan. And so far, you've got an 8 out of 8. So I'm impressed.
Oh, thank you.
I think I have a feeling this one. I think you alluded to this earlier. Let's ask you, when you've had a really good day, everything's gone right, you figured out how to get your Instagram account back online, how would you go ahead and reward yourself?
You know, I'm a very simple guy, very simple. And I just live one day like it's the last, you know, everybody talks about that, but I really make an effort to, you know, tell the loved ones I love them and help others. And, you know, I really don't reward myself. You know, material things to me, they really don't have that much value, you know. I mean, you know, I don't need to have an 80-inch TV. I don't need the Rolex. I don't need, you know, I just live simple. So I don't drink, I don't smoke. I think that the reward for me is helping other people. That really ticks me, you know, when I can help others. But for myself, you know, I don't even go to on my birthday for a glass of wine. It's just another day. Good, we're healthy, we continue.
Nice.
Oh, that's lovely. And because of your response, Mike and Eric, I went ahead and changed number 10 just now.
What?
Yeah. Should we do number 10 anyway?
We do number 11 then.
Okay, we might hear it. Oh, here's the new number 10. I'm going to throw this one up. So, because you're such a great guy, I want to ask you this. So, how can our viewers help and support your continued growth?
Well, I mean, you know, I think that even for example, with the Instagram or the social media, it's really nice that people chat with you and I might tell you, oh, nice job and it looks good and this and that. You know, you cannot pretend to tell people, oh, go buy my product. We're not about that, you know what I mean? But it should be nice to chat with people, you know. And I told Mike earlier, I have done more video detailings than anybody in this planet. I know. I challenge anybody. Customer will come, they will purchase something from me, and I will send an email. Hey, mister, if you have never used our ceramic coating, this is my personal number. You call me and I guide you through the entire process, and they will come by you free of charge. Yeah, free of charge. And I will sit there with them and go through the whole thing. So, you know, if people allow me the opportunity to tell my story, that's good enough for me. If the purchase comes, phenomenal. If not, okay, thank you for the opportunity, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
Such a humble guy, man. Such a humble
Thank
guy.
you.
I love it.
He does have quite a bit of videos on YouTube. quite a bit actually. He does have a lot. He is monetized. He's got over 1,000 followers.
And you know, it's funny because believe it or not, I'm a very introvert person. Like I even went to get study and I'm on the charge all the way at the end, which is horrible for the business. You have to be upbeat. You have to talk a lot. You have to be a good salesman, you know, and the introverts, they tend to think a lot. And when you think a lot of good things happen, but a lot of things happen very slow. So it's just a challenge. So a marketing company came and say, hey, we love your brand. It looks good, this and that. You need to open a YouTube channel. Oh my God, to do the first video. I mean, I was just, it's just incredible. Even tonight, you know, here, I was a little nervous about it because, you know, can I answer the question, how I'm going to behave or whatever, you know? So I forced myself, and I think we're up to 70, 75, and I filmed all of them myself. Another task that I had to learn, had to edit videos.
Oh yeah.
And it's crazy. So, and you know, what I noticed with the videos is the new customers are coming to me and say, hey, what about this? Oh, wait a minute. Here's a link for this video. Maybe you want to look at it. The guy will come back. Yeah, that's exactly what I need. How do I do it? And so on, you know, so it's quite nice.
Yeah.
Well, I got to say, part of being a small guy is you have the luxury of carrying on those conversations and making those connections. I was flipping through a very famous YouTuber's Instagram, and there were probably 200 comments from followers, and I didn't see one response to their comments from that guy because he's so big.
Oh, wow.
I feel like people want to get big, but I think you really would miss that connection that you have with people.
No, I like the connection.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have always say if I ever get that big, this is one task that I will continue. You know, and it's funny you mentioned that because the other day I got a text message. You know, I live in Instagram. It's the reality, and I got a text message from a customer, and he was angry with me. And when I go back to him, what did I did? He said, well, usually you answer within milliseconds. I know it took you an hour. And my customers are so accustomed to me to immediately answer to them. Yes, no, whatever, your order's on the way, what, you know. But sometimes I get caught up with other things, you know.
Yeah.
So it was funny, you know, and I tried to apologize and say, hey guys, you know, I'm one guy, and between the shipping and orders and this and that is quite hectic the days, you know.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, you want to be there for people, but let's be realistic there.
You know what's incredible, and usually I don't tell this to people, but I think that I talk to way too many people. I have people that don't buy my products. They come to me to ask me, how can I use this product? And I'm like, but I'm sorry, mister, but you know, no, but you always answering people and you respond, and so told me to ask you. I say, yeah, but I don't sell that product. I don't know that brand. I don't know the behavior of, I'm the wrong person. Why don't you reach out to them? Oh, they don't answer to me. Well, maybe you need to change companies, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
I usually just give those people Papa Smurf's email and just say,
Yeah.
well, go ahead and hit
Say,
up Papa
I do the
Smurf.
same thing.
Want to know how to grow a beard? It's easy.
Yeah.
I told
So
in the
one,
comments, it's just
let me
ceramic
ask you
beard
this
wash.
one. So besides the swirl remover, what would be your top 2 favorite products that you carry at the moment?
Okay, so you know, unfortunately, I came prepared for a lot more heavy questions. Like for example, about pain age. That now people talk about that, you know. But I think that my Quick Detailer Plus, which is a sprayer, you can apply wet or dry, is phenomenal. And then my ceramic, I think that I can battle with anybody out there with that. So those 3 products are really big sellers for us.
What's the web address? Is it TurboWax.com?
Yeah, hopefully they didn't hack my website.
Well, no one here hacked your website. I know that much.
No. I'm saying like from the
Oh, I
previous,
know.
from the
Oh.
Instagram.
I have the links on the description.
Yeah, that's
It all
right.
should be there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh
well,
man, you guys were approaching an hour, man, and I've got some stuff I got to do. I don't want to bail on you guys, but
I understand.
You
I
go.
know what you have to do.
You've had a hell of a day, buddy. I'm glad you
yeah,
were able to make it today.
rough.
I understand, Eric. So, hey, but before Eric leaves, I think he's committed to doing our next live stream, which would be Black Rhino Shine in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah, Black Rhino Shine in 2 weeks, and then I think Rick would come up with questions and
we'll make it happen, Cap.
Black Rhino Shine's got a pretty cool story behind them. I did send an email out, so I've kind of started helping you out, Eric, on getting the questions done. You can read that later.
Sounds good. Sounds good. All right,
Go get some
everybody.
meat,
Well,
man. You need some meat.
I do. I need to go eat. I haven't eaten.
And meat that doesn't smell bad.
I'm gonna have a cold beer too. So yeah, Juan, thank you so much. I really enjoyed this. I'll try to stay in touch with you for sure.
Please.
More often. And Rick had a good idea about the car live, so we're gonna have to plan that. Everybody in the comments, thank you for joining us. You know we always enjoy hanging out with you guys. Rick, Mike, I appreciate you guys.
We'll see you in 2 weeks, Eric. We'll keep going for a few more minutes, and then we'll cut it.
All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank
Peace out,
you.
man.
Take
Stay
care.
rad. And he's gone. He's gone. And he's eating. I bet he's eating a taco right now. But
Yeah. He's like, throw the microwave real quick. Hurry.
Mike, I could go a little bit.
Yeah, no, just a few more minutes. I understand.
Juan, we usually ask this question, and I'm going to ask it to you as a bonus question. I know you're not a man of material desires, but
Sure.
let's try our bonus question. We've asked this to lots of people. So could you tell our viewers just what is one non-detail related purchase that you've made recently that left you highly satisfied? Could be anything. Could be anything.
No detailing.
Yeah, putting detail aside for a bit. Just we've had cars, we've had barbecues, we've had vacuum cleaners, we've had we had beard oils, even like anything.
Yeah.
That's a tough question.
He's thinking. You don't spoil yourself, do you?
Oh no. I don't, if I tell you this, you're gonna laugh. But
No, we're not.
No, we won't. No judgment. No judgment.
I'm gonna tell you. So recently all my fish died. So they've been alive for a week now. So I'm so happy about that. So I think that was a good purchase.
That's awesome.
Nice.
So my dad is huge into aquariums. What kind of fish are you talking here? What kind of setup are you rocking?
I am a freshwater guy. I know little to nothing about fish. I know that they need to be the water certain thing. I don't know about the names. A while back, I was involved with ones that they call discus. And but in reality, when I go to the store, if they're pretty, I like to buy them. And I sit in front of the aquarium and I look at them and I try to embark into their world. And it's just, relaxing.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you.
Humberto wants to know his YouTube is first from Puerto Rico, and he's always first to watch the videos or first to comment. He wants to know how long has it been since you've gone without eating a mofongo?
Oh. I go to Puerto Rico often, and I think it's been about maybe 6-7 months. Right now I've been trying to slim down, and I think the health is very important in our lives, and we take it for granted. So I try to exercise, and I try to not eat as bad. I love the bread and the Diet Cokes and all the fried stuff, so I'm trying to put a break on that. But when I go to Puerto Rico, the mofongo is something that I have to have.
What is it?
It's like a plantain that they put bacon in the inside and certain things, and it's a typical food from Puerto Rico. We grew up, besides with the Windex and Simonis, we grew up with the rice and beans. So we eat everything with rice and beans, and they just not beans; they're red beans.
Mm. That make me hungry again.
Well, we do have a few more minutes here. If Mike, have you seen any any questions in there? I think we answered Cynthia's about favorite products. I'm just going through here. Give us 1 second, Juan.
No, please stay here. I have all night, so we can stay here until tomorrow.
Oh, what do you got, Mike? What are you laughing at?
Oh, nothing. He got all night.
Oh, well, this one's not really a question, but it's a comment from our guests that'll be here in 2 weeks. They said some of the biggest guys started out making...
Let me ask you, Juan, how did the name TurboWax come along?
You just cut me off.
Well, it's ironically you say that. So, you know, back on the day, I wanted to come with something catchy. And back then, we didn't have the sealant, we didn't have the ceramic, we didn't have all this stuff. You had the car wax, and that was it. So our thinking was that if we put the word there of wax and the word of turbo, people might associate, they will be very easy to apply and remove, because you can associate the turbo to something fast.
Nice.
That's good.
So Cynthia wants to hear more about the TurboWax Boosted 2.0.
So that's our ceramic coating, which is this guy right here. So this is just another example of what we have done to simplify the detailing for the end user. Many companies, they offer 5, 6, up to 7 different coatings for different things. You know, whether it's glass, wheels, painted surfaces, and so on, plastic trim, and so on. So while I was doing testing for a company from Korea, I came across this product, and I was so impressed that I told them, I said, hey, I want to have this on my cabinet because it's just phenomenal. So this is what we have done with this. It's good for 3 years, and then you can apply to all these surfaces. So now I'm saving the detailer money and the end consumer money, because he can do the trim, he can do the wheels, painted surfaces, and the glass with the one product.
Question for you, Juan. What's your shipping like? Are you mostly US, or do you ship Canada, international?
Mostly it's US. We had set up international, and then we have another chapter with fraud. So we put a stop to that. PayPal and the credit cards, they tend to side on the customer side, and you can be out $5,000 with the product and, have all the information, and they say, sorry, we're taking the customer side. So we planning to get back into that with a more safety things to help us just in case, because we know we're missing out in the market on that.
And tell me, is Amazon, is that a viable option, creating an Amazon shop?
Amazon is one of those things that I think a lot of people don't understand. Amazon is a place for the buyer. Amazon is not a friendly place for the seller.
Okay, good.
And a lot of people tell you they're doing millions and thousands, and probably they are, but Amazon, as soon as you start selling a lot of products, they will copy your product, they will have their own spin. That's the end of the story. If I'm selling X amount of bottles of this product, but you are a bigger retailer and you're selling 10 times more, the revenue is bigger. So what they do with you, they push you down below, and then they push the other guy because they want to, generate more revenue. We started Amazon because of the exposure, and I thought that we were doing good until Amazon decided to fine us, because they say that all my reviews, they were purchase reviews, they were fake reviews, and we lost all the reviews. And there was reviews that we earned, customers that took the time to go and fill a review, which is extremely hard. And we tried to appeal the case, but we lost the case, and that was the end of the story. And even right now, you can sell, we got fulfillment in Amazon, and also I can send from here, and the fulfillment from Amazon, all you receive is an email saying that the customer refused, and that's it. The bottle never comes back to you. The bottle never goes back to them. The bottle is lost. And that's a loss for you. And for a small guy, 3 or 5 times a month, like stuff like that, is not helpful,
Well, because we've had guests, right, Mike, that are that is what they're doing. They're operating a shop on Amazon. I guess you kind of take a chance if it's going to work for you, or maybe it won't.
Well, the people they are doing extremely well in Amazon are the marketers. Those guys are killing it in Amazon with the products. But we go back to the same. These are guys that are extremely savvy on this marketing. There's I know 3 or 4 of them. They're rolling on money. They're rolling on money with this. And when you get to that level, when you have 10,000 reviews, 17,000 reviews, you have passed that stage that Amazon is looking at you. They're looking at the revenue. Sell more bottles. We get our share.
Interesting. Interesting. Well,
So, Rick, did you have a question coming up too, or no? I thought you had one popping up.
I got a comment that I thought would probably resonate with Juan here. This is from Black Rhino. They said some of the biggest guys started out making wax and polish in their bathtub, and I think that's something that we know Bill from Lithium, and he did exactly that. Lots of. What about you? How did you get your first product going? Like, what did you do? Just go to Home Depot and buy a bunch of chemicals, or what? How did it happen?
No, I cannot claim that because when I met the owner of the manufacturing plant, he gave me half a dozen bottles and he said, "Tell me which one you like it, which one you don't like it." But I'm heavily involved on the R&D of products, and after 20 years with them, I even ended doing R&D for them. And it's straightforward. And recently I do a lot of things on my own to learn. For example, graphene. That's a topic that probably for another chapter. We can go back as talking about Teflon. I can tell you everything about Teflon that you want to know. And with that, I start doing the testing and the polisher that I had before, the sweat remover. I love it. It was like oily, but they didn't cut that much. So I'm like, no, man, we need to pour more bite to it, So I cannot claim that I make anything myself, but I can claim that, I have tested and I'm trying to obtain the best that we can, with the ingredients.
I appreciate that honesty. That's one thing in the industry that I think irks me, and I think it irks Mike and probably others, is if you're just changing the color on an already established cleaner and then slapping your label on it, are you really adding anything to the industry, or are you just maybe clouding it all up?
Yeah. And that's the case that we see now. I mean, like I say, we're trying to make detailing simple for the guy and save people money. But, big companies, they don't like this stuff. They don't like that we have a all-in-one. They want to have 4 products. That's how they make their revenue, and 4 different pads to match it with each product. And, there's certain topics that, we cannot talk out loud because, we rub the feathers, and we just a little goldfish.
Just try this. That's what you need to try right there.
It changed your life, huh?
You put that product beside Mike's face and you're going to sell thousands of bottles. Look at that.
There you go.
Look at that, people. That's adorable.
Just try that.
Well, what do you think? Should we continue? We'll chat with Juan a little bit backstage, but we'll let our viewers get on with the rest of the Saturday.
I do have a couple. I'll just show a couple of the other products that they have.
Yeah, let me make you big,
Mike.
Mike, if you please, can you do me a favor? Have you opened that? Have you opened that Quick Detailer Plus?
I can
open it up, Mike. Take a huff
and smell it and tell me what you think.
Ooh.
Oh, jeez. Don't drink it, Mike. Don't drink it.
Here, smell that.
Well, that is nice.
Smell good, huh?
Nice.
Watermelon.
Yeah. That smells good.
Yeah, it does. You know what? Well, it smells good when you push the trigger even more. It's better.
And then you got the foam ceramic wash.
Yeah.
Oh, I love foam.
So, yeah, in total, we have about 14, 15 products, I mean, the shampoo, to be honest with you, we have it just to have it. There's a zillion shampoos there. That's not our core.
Hey, don't go nowhere. I got one more thing. Hold on. I got one more thing that you can talk about. Hold on. I got to find it. Right there. Don't go nowhere.
And
that was pretty cool.
Yeah. There's a lot of nice messages coming in, Juan. You've really you've resonated with the viewers.
Oh, thank you so much.
on my drill attachment.
Did you make that?
No, but I didn't make that. But you know, like I say to you, I do a lot of stuff with my free time, and I try to improve. Wheels is something that I'm an enemy. I just don't like wheels. So I
hate
not
wheels too.
anymore. But years ago, I spent hours, and I'm not lying to you, hours, day and night, finding things. And I came across this thing. So you put this to a cordless drill, and you clean the bottles of the wheels. We had
That's what I
done
did.
the
I put it
test.
out on the cordless drill.
Yeah, we had done the test that in less than 2 minutes you can clean a wheel completely, start to finish, with this gizmo.
There you go. That's how.
First thing I put in my cart was this.
Yeah,
That was pretty cool.
Well, it looks like people are really loving you and loving your personality, and we will do what we can to help continue to support your continued growth and your continued sex. Oh, geez.
So
Success.
Cliff, I'm just going to answer your question quickly, Cliff. There's really no, there's a cut to this, but it's based on the pad that you use. Is the cut for this? That's basically what it is. The pad you use is the type of cut for that. That's how it's made. It's great stuff.
But very versatile, right?
What's
sorry?
that?
Me?
yeah.
I was going to say it's very versatile because I saw you take on some heavy
Yeah,
swirls.
it's pretty
with that.
versatile. Yeah.
And you could take that right through to the finish.
All the way. You don't need anything. For every 100 sweat removers that we sell 1 medium compound. We have a medium compound that if you fill the bottle, is extremely heavy. You close your eyes for 1 second and you burn the paint. That's how aggressive that is. So there's no need for, you know, I mean, this one here, you change the pads, and actually I will be doing a video on Monday with a body man, paint man, and we're going to be doing again 3,000 or 8,000, and we have done already, and straight up with the foam pad and cut it, and you're done.
So yeah, this stuff works from, what would you say, one from 1,000 to 4,000 grit?
You can go all the way. You can go all the way to 1,000. You know, you can go anything. Let's say anything under 3,000. You might have to step up your pad a little more aggressive, but
Yeah.
she will deliver for you. She will definitely deliver for you. When I do my jobs, what I do is I wash the car. I go with what we call the clay block, which is a sponge that you put on water and soap, and then I go with the sweat remover, prep-all, and the coating, and I'm done. And this thing, because it's also a finisher, it gives you a real nice shine, real nice.
Yeah. It cuts a lot of time back, a lot of time.
Yes.
So, Mike, you've used half a bottle already.
I have used over half the bottle. It's here.
It's addictive.
Wow.
And
I've done 3
that's
cars
saying a
with this
lot.
already. I've done 3 cars with it.
That's amazing. All right. Well, listen, we're gonna shut her down now, Juan. But first, before we let you go, we want to say thank you. And Mike, thank you for arranging, for finding. How did you find Juan? How did that come to be? Just real quick.
Instagram.
Yeah, you're just checking it out one day and you started scrolling. You saw TurboWax.
I came across TurboWax. I started following, started checking out the products, sent a message, said, hey, let's do a live stream. Let's meet up. Let me check out your product. I asked him, I said, hey, what's some of your best products that you have? And he told me some of those products you have. I put them in my cart plus a couple extras, and off the box came.
Glenn's been pretty generous, and he's asking, we've answered this, I think, earlier on, but what again were 2 products you'd recommend from your lineup? One, the Turbo Boost? Well,
it depends which job will you want to do. Let's say for your weekend warrior, you're not going to use any machinery. The Paint Seal and Extreme and the Quick Detailer Plus will cover you. If you want to step it up with machinery and stuff like that, you can do the paint sealant extreme or the sweat remover. It depends. We have the 2 products to do whatever combination is that you want to do.
Well, this is what I want people to do. I want people to go to your website and buy all 15 of your products and that cool brush that Mike has. Why not?
Guys, I have to tell you, I am so happy that everybody enjoyed the chat, and thank you to everybody for their nice comments, and thank you guys for having me. It's been a real pleasure, and I'm in heaven, to be honest. It's real nice, real nice.
So what Rick's going to do is Rick's going to end the live stream, but don't leave because we're going to be backstage. We'll just chat for a few minutes, and then I'll just remind everybody in the descriptions I'll have his YouTube channel, his Instagram. If you go subscribe to his YouTube and go follow him on Instagram, he's heavy into Instagram. He'll be getting it back in a day or 2 because he got hacked today.
Yeah, right now it's TurboWax 1 or TurboWax detailing. I have those, but the plain Jane TurboWax is away from me right now.
Okay, yeah, we'll get. I'll get that in the descriptions, and then if you guys do want to go check out some of his products, I have the links to his website is in the description also. And then in 2 weeks, we'll have Black Rhino Shine. We'll have them on our live stream in 2 weeks. And until next time, stay rad, I guess, right?
Thank you, everyone.
Rad?
Thank you.
Stay rad, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.